hello middle school. I am back with the next part of your Zentangle. This one, you can see, this is the one I just got done doing. I've got everything tangled in, 6 sections minimum, and then I went back in and I added in some value with just a pencil, a number 2 pencil, and I kind of went into and I blended things with my finger. A Q-tip will work really well too to blend the graphite if you have one of those at home. That's a really good thing to use. So this one I am going to set aside for now. And the things I'm going to need next is I'm going to need that half sheet of white paper. There should be 2 of them. You're going to need the second one. You're going to need the packet with all the animal silhouettes on it. You're going to need a bright sunny window. If you happen to be in class with me when you do this step, you can use one of my light boxes. This is a light box. You can see it getting a little bit brighter. This is a light box that I have in my classroom. You're free to use it. You will also need the black cardstock, the half sheet, not the full. And you will need a pencil and a scissors, okay? So a few different materials. Okay, so to get started, go through your packet and pick out which animal you would like to use. I think we're gonna go with the goldfish, okay? So with the goldfish and the turtle, I would probably turn my paper sideways. It just fits on there better. So take your half sheet of drawing paper, and you don't have to center it or anything like that. I'm going to go around with my pencil, and I am going to trace this. Try to get as accurate as possible. Okay, so I have that traced onto my drawing paper. I'm going to turn off my light box, put that off to the side for now. Okay, so when I have the animal done and it's traced onto my half sheet of drawing paper, the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to divide this, the inside of the animal into at least 3 different sections, okay, of different Zentangles on here, all right? So again, use a really, really light pressure, and you can kind of, I don't know, maybe then I'll divide this one here, and maybe I'll do a small section there, okay? So you can see really, really lightly, I've done some designs or some divisions in there with my pencil. At this point, I'm going to use this handout again and my ultrafine black Sharpie, and I'm going to tangle in each of those sections, okay? I'm not going to show you the demonstration on that. I will also add in value with a number 2 pencil, just like I did on my half sheet of Zentangle, okay? The next thing I'm going to do, when I have this all tangled in, I'm going to set that off to the side. And then what I'm going to do, I'll turn back on my my whiteboard. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the fish. I have to trace it one more time. So I'm going to take a piece of typing paper, all of you have it, and I'm going to lay it on top. I'm going to go around again with a pencil. I'm going to trace it as accurately as I can. That's really important because we want your fish to look the same. Remember, one is going to be negative space and one is going to be positive space. Okay, so I have my fish all traced in. Now I'm going to take my scissors, and this is going to take a little bit of patience and some accuracy, and I'd like you to come in here and cut as carefully as you possibly can. Cut out the animal that you have chosen to do. If your cutting skills are not the greatest, you might want to pick maybe one of the simpler shapes. I believe the turtle is a pretty simple one to cut. It's completely up to you. If you're up to challenging yourself, I would love that too. All I ask is you guys do your best, okay? So I'm gonna go along, almost finished. Notice, guys, when I'm cutting this, I'm cutting it more towards the V of my scissors instead of right at the end of my scissors. I just find you have more control of your scissors if you do that. Turn your piece as you're cutting. And get it as accurate as possible. Okay, then I'm going to get this little tiny part right here. Tips of the fins, round them just a little bit. Okay, good, wonderful. I got my fish cut out. Okay, now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take that half sheet of cardstock and I'm gonna lay my fish on top of it. Hold it very, very, very carefully with your fingers, don't let it move. And you're going to trace around the one that you cut out. That one is like your template. Okay, and if you use a pencil on the cardstock, you should be able to see it pretty well. And again, try to get it as accurate as possible. Take your time with it. Okay, there I have my fish drawn in. Hopefully you guys can see that okay. Okay, so at this point, I'm going to cut this one out again. I will be back in a little bit with another video.